Okay, first open to chapter number 130. Page number 130. This is the one just after closed test. We did closed test, na? The next chapter is root words. So what is the meaning of root? Root is a part of the word that has a specific meaning. And if you understand what it means basically, then you can figure out even the meaning of new words that are unfamiliar. Because you can see that root being used. For example, what is the meaning of Pan-Asian flight? Pan-Asian, if I describe a certain flight as Pan-Asian. Pan stands for what? All. So panacea is a cure-all. Panacea. That is a cure-all. Then panorama. What is panorama? So panoramic view is an bird's eye view. The view that you get from the aeroplane when it's landing. You see the entire city at one go, isn't it? So everything is from the root word pan. So look at page 130. They've given you many root words. Ambul, A-M-B-U-L, walk, move. So ambulance, anim, life, spirit, and so on. Just go through it quickly. Page 131, see side, C-I-D-E, number 9. Side is to kill. So from side you have suicide, infanticide. Suicide is not written there, you can write it. Suicide is killing oneself, obviously you know that. Now see all the various variations. Yes? Matricide, fratricide, all of them are to kill. You can add more words over here. Write down pesticide. है ना? Pesticide, suicide, all these are to do with killing. Page 132, look at 17. Homicide, yes. Mass killing, genocide. You've heard of genocide? Write down, genocide is a very common word. Genocide is mass killing. Cred is to believe. Number 17. So, write down over here, credibility. Credibility means believability. Credence is to give belief to something. Credulous, believing things too easily. When someone is too eager to believe, is naive, innocent, is too eager to believe, that is credulous. But what is credible? Write down credible. Credible is believable. Credibility, credible, same thing. Trustworthy nahi hai. Trustworthy describes a person. But credible can describe an explanation. He gave me a credible explanation of his absence. So believable. That's how it is used. See the next word, number 18, crypto, hidden, secret. So you've heard of encrypt, decrypt, you know? Encrypt is to encode, decrypt is to decode. Right? In WhatsApp, they keep saying this message is encrypted. Nobody else can read your messages. Right? All right. Next, page 133, DICT, dict. Dict is to speak. So from dict, you have dictation. Okay. You have diction. Write down diction. Diction is how we speak. The intonation, how we speak, the pronunciation. That's called diction. Different root word, not the same root word. Ethno, race, people, ethnic, ethnocentric, ethnology. So learn these root words. They're very useful. Next page, 134. Lingu, number 38. Can you see lingu? Lingu is related to language. So multilinguist is someone who knows multiple languages. Linguistics is the study of languages. What is semantics? Does anybody know? Not the same thing. Semantics is study of words. Linguistic is study of language. So language is a bigger field. Semantics is only to do with words, usage of words. Logy, you know, number 40. Logy is a suffix. Suffix क्या होता है जो word के end में आता है. And prefix is what comes at the beginning of the word. So logy comes at the end of these words. That means study of, like biology, zoology, theology, anthropology. You need to know the meanings of these words. Anthropology, sociology, what is the difference? How humans have evolved through the ages. Sociology's focus is more on society, more as a part of society. Sociology. Psychology is the human brain. Not the same root. Not the same root. So yeah, it does get confusing at times because there are a lot of influences on the English language. Many languages have contributed to the English language, which is why you have to be a little careful. Okay, macro. All of you know macro is large. And macroeconomics. School mega is also large. 135. Page 136. Look at number 50. Meta. What is metaphysics? Change. After, beyond. So metaphysical aspect. Metamorphosis. Metastasis. 56. MORT, mort. You've heard of mortals, immortal, mortality. All is to do with death. Undertaker उसे बोलते हैं वो जो who is responsible for, like an executor. Okay. Mute. Let me just look it up. No, I think he's an executor, if I'm not mistaken. An undertaker is one who's... There used to be a wrestler who used to be called the Undertaker. Yes, okay, it's not the executor, it's the person whose business is to take care of the burial or cremation. After death, who takes care of the dead body. That is Undertaker. The person who is responsible for the burial or the cremation of dead bodies. Making arrangement for funerals is the Undertaker. 58, mutable, mute. Mute is to change. M-U-T is the root word. Mutant. Mutant, pata hai na tum logo, an organism that has... Is the same thing. Mortician is also the same thing. Mortician, undertaker, person who prepares for the funerals, prepares dead bodies. Person who takes care of the dead bodies before burial. Have you heard of neonatal departments in hospitals? Can you switch on the fan? Neonatal refers to newborn. Oh, udhar ka hai. Newborn. So NAT, you can reduce the speed. NAT is birth. Can you see number 60? NAT refers to birth. So then there are antenatal. Antenatal means after birth. Ante is before birth. Antenatal exercises hote hain. That is before birth. The pregnant, what pregnant? Nat means birth. Neonatal refers to newborn babies. So everything is connected to NAT, birth. Ante, A-N-T-E. If it is anti-I, A-N-T-I, then it becomes against. Anti, like anti-clockwise. Ante is before. Like you have anterior and posterior. Both of you. Anterior is the first chamber that you enter. Posterior is at the end. So ante is first. P-O-S-T is last, later. Like we say posthumously awarded. The prize award was posthumously. What does this mean? मरने के बाद जिसको दे रहे हैं अवार्ड वो मर चुका है. Postnatal is also a word. Yes, post is after. Pre or ante. Before birth of the child. Okay. NAV, nav, navigation, all related to ship. Continue next page, 138. 67, omni, very common prefix. Omnipotent, omniscient, knowing, scient, omnivorous. है ना? Underline SCIENT. SCIENT stands for knowledge. Same suffix is used as a prefix in science. Science is SCIEN. And scient is knowing, knowledge. So omniscient, someone who knows everything. Like in literature, we say omniscient third person. The narrator knows everything. Ortho, again, these are medical. There are a lot of medical terms you'll see in prefixes. Pan 73 is the one I was discussing earlier. Not the same root. Not the same root. Okay, 74. Para. Have you heard of the Para Olympics? Same root. Para jumbles. Is it from the same root? No, that's paragraph jumbles. That's entirely different. 76, path. Path stands for emotion, is the Greek root for emotion. Antipathy, up. Add over there, sympathy. Add pathos. Pathos means emotion. OS, pathos. Psychopath, same root. Psychopath is someone who does not have feelings. He does not feel for his victims. Sociopath, path also means disease. That their psychopath, sociopath, path means someone who is ill. He doesn't have feelings. And so jo kill karte hain na, people who are like serial killers, they're called sociopaths. Psycho, because you understand that they're mentally not well, right? Path also stands for pathology. You know pathology labs? Diseases and germs. So it depends on what it is being used for. So sociopath has a different root and this path is for feeling. They're different roots. दो ही है. Emotion, and that is germs and disease. Okay. Phobia is a very common one. एक स्पीड बड़ा बहुत गर्मी लग रही है. नहीं एक ही ये तो सब उड़ जाएंगे. बस, thank you. Phobia is fear. And you can see that entire list. So once you know the root, then you just have to learn the prefix. It becomes easy. Please underline gynophobia. Underline GYN. GYN stands for women. And do you know what MIS stands for? MIS. What is MIS a prefix of? No, that will give you a hint. No, not male. हाँ? Misogynist कौन बोला? Who is a misogynist? One who hates women. Now put it together and tell me what is the meaning of miss. I gave you GYN. GYN stands for women. Misogynist is someone who hates women. So what is MIS? Hate. Yes, hate. So from MIS, वो भी होगा list में. MISB is a very common LMNOP पीछे. Is it there? Then add it. Add it. MIS. Yes, MIS. Write down MIS means to hate. And from MIS meaning to hate, you have misogynist, you have misanthrope. Huh? Misandrist. Huh? Achha, this one I have not heard of. Misogynist we did. Miso. Someone who hates? Marriage. Acha. New. I did not. Huh. I know misanthrope. Ye jarur likho. It's very common. Human, people who hate the entire human race. Because anthrop stands for human beings. Misanthrope. You've seen the movie Joker or Batman? Joker was a misanthrope. You're so cynical about the entire human race. He said, this all loyalty, love does not exist. Human beings are selfish and will remain selfish. So that's a misanthrope who has a very, very negative view of all human beings. He hates all you. Huh? Pessimistic alag cheez ho gaya. Let me check all these words that you are giving to me. Miss words with the root word MIS. Okay, so see, it's there is one more usage of MIS that is as negative, simple, misfortune, misunderstand, है ना? Misnomer. What is a misnomer? When you name something wrongly. Write down. These are common. Nomer. Misnomer. Nomer means name. Nomer. Wrong name. Okay. So the most common way miss is used is this, misadventure. No. When someone is given a wrong name and that wrong name sticks. For example, Indians in context of America. Americans were called Indian Americans by Columbus because he thought he had landed in India. So that was a misnomer. That was not India. This is India. Wrongly naming something. Okay. But then apart from that, that is wrong. There MIS stands for wrong. The meaning that I am giving the second one is hate. So misogynist, bolo. Mishap is this. Wrong hap. Right? Unfortunate happening. Unfortunate incident. Okay. I didn't get the ones. Give me the ones that you said. Misandrist. Spell it. A person who dislikes or is strongly prejudiced against men. That is. What else? Someone else said something. You said something. Misogamist. Dislike or aversion to marriage. Sahi bola. Correct. Misogamist. Aversion to marriage. Okay. We were on page 140. Poly means many. Page 140, number 83. Polygamy. You're aware of the various uses. Then you have 97. Sanity. Health. Number 97. Word number 97. San refers to health. So sanity, insane. Okay. In is a negative prefix. IN, IL, IR, only A, apple, illegal, illicit, illogical, then IN, incomplete. Look at 102 and 104. 102 SOL stands for alone, but 103 SOL stands for sun. So you need to be able to distinguish between the two. SOL alone meaning desolate, solitary, solo, but SOL sun, solar, solarium. 104 somnia. Somnia is sleepiness. So insomnia is lack of sleep. Solidate. What is that? Consolidate. Is it a scientific term? Then spell it. Okay, I'll look into that later. All right. Look at somnambulist. Do you know who, I think I read once that Sachin Tendulkar is a somnambulist. He sleepwalks. Somna is sleep. Ambule is walk. Somnambulist is someone who sleepwalks. Interesting, na? Talking while sleeping नहीं दिया हुआ है. होगा कुछ word तो दिया है. Oh, somniloquist. हाँ हाँ. Oh, my husband keeps complaining. नींद में किसको पढ़ा रही थी तुम? He always tells me आज किसको पढ़ाई रात को. Right? SON, sound. So from SON sound you have sonorous. That sonorous word is not there. Sonography. Yes. Why is it called sonography? Because they use sound waves. And what is graphy? Graphy. Right. Like you have calligraphy. You have dictography. There's so many words with graphy as a suffix. So yes, this is how you put it together. Go on to 13. 113. Sub. Sub means below. So then sub means below, under. So there is a word that is used by, in medical terms, subcutaneous. Cuta is skin. And subcutaneous is under the skin. So you just have to put together both the prefix and the suffix and you get the meaning. Subcutaneous, a medical term है, लिखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. It's not in layman language. ये learn करने की जरूरत नहीं है. I don't need you to write it down. What I'm trying to explain is there are thousands of words. You cannot learn all words, but you can learn the prefixes and the suffixes. And then in the examination hall, you can use your common sense and put it together. That skill is what we learn in root words, right? STELL, star. Have you read the book Great Expectations? किसी ने पढ़ा है? Great Expectations. हाँ, Interstellar movie सबको ही देखा है. हाँ. So what does interstellar mean? Between stars, right? Stellar performance means very good performance, star-like performance. So see that word stellar. Relating to stars, actually it means spectacular, very good performance. टेक्नो तो आज के दिन में इतना यूज होता है. The word techno, 116. It is used as a prefix for many things, right? Next page, anything? 126, uni. Uni means one. So from uni comes unilateral. What is bilateral? So when I say bilateral decision making, what am I talking about? So India and Pakistan are engaged in bilateral talks. पढ़े हो ना newspapers में? Bilateral means two companies talking together. But the government took a unilateral decision without consulting anybody. मतलब खुद से decision ले लिया. Unilateral, right? One universe, same root. Same root. Okay. See, write down another word over here. 126. Unanimous. Unanimous. No. UNANIMOUS. 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 Unanimous is when everyone takes the decision as one. Unanimous decision. Unison is unity. Unanimous is an adjective. Unison is a noun. Unison is when you're saying that everyone sang in unison, spoke in unison. वैसे use होता है. Whereas unanimous is an adjective. It describes how the decision was taken. A unanimous decision was passed by the parliament. No dissenters. Everyone agreed. So every one, they're all acting as one, unanimous. Unity is a common word from uni. Look at 127, URB, urb. Urb refers to city. So urban suburbs. Suburbs bolte hain na hum log, suburbs of the city, right? Okay. So take interest. Please do this chapter. That's why I did it with you. So do you understand? It's very interesting. Okay. Which chapters have been done by Simran ma'am? पता है किसने? Okay. Done. Okay. हाँ, एक हुआ है, मतलब और भी बाकी है. फ्रेजल वर्ब्स तो मैंने किया था एक बार. I'd given you time last class में, है ना? And idioms and phrases, ma'am has taken one class. Okay. So I think there's lots left in idioms and phrases. ठीक है. Let's look at idioms and phrases. 59. Shall I start from 150? Page 65. Where did ma'am complete it till? Don't remember. मैं 150 से शुरू कर रही हूँ. Second half of the chapter. Okay. You've almost 300. So I'm starting from the second half. From 150. That's on page 165. Yes. Can you read? Doesn't matter. Whoever taught. I'm sure the entire chapter is not done. Yes. The idiom has the meaning or sentence. Sentence as well. To feed, to go off the rails, to become wild. When his father died, boy went off the rails and dropped out of college. To become wild in the sense that, unhinged, mad. Yeah. 150. Number 150, idioms. Get the sack, to be dismissed from a job, usually for a fault. What is the colloquial expression for this used nowadays more commonly? When you're fired. Fired is literal. Idiom, another idiom. A colloquial idiom.
Sacked.
Sacked is, yes. To get the sack, say he sacked bana hai. Yes. Idiom ही हुआ. दोनों idiom है. He is right. Now sacked is more commonly used. No one says get the sack. People just say he was sacked. So that is right. I am referring to the pink slip. Write down pink slip, to get the pink slip. PINKSLIP. It's from American lingo. That they say Monday morning I'll get the pink slip. So people wake up to Monday mornings seeing a pink slip. Their access has been revoked. Fired. Friday को job था, Monday को job नहीं है. Nightmare. Okay. Hmm. 152 is cold blood, deliberately, without feeling. The robber shot the shopkeeper in cold blood as though he were a dog. Basically, it is cold blood means without feeling. That means your blood has no warmth. Without any feeling, you're just killing. Go on. One's own flesh and blood, one's relative. The new chief minister has given all the key posts to his own flesh and blood. 154. To take to one's heel. To show a clean pair of heels. To run away. The thieves took to their heels. Showed a clean pair of heels when the police arrived. 155. To turn a deaf ear. To ignore. The boss turned a deaf ear to the secretary's pleadings and dismiss her. These are all to take to one's heels, to turn a deaf ear. These are quite common. They're quite common, and it is expected that you should know all this. 156. To throw in a towel. Abandon a practice or activity. After being hit by a lawsuit, he threw in the towel and sold his business. You can also write for throw in the towel as to quit something, to stop something. Not only abandon, it's also like you quit, कि और नहीं करेंगे. He threw in the towel after an accident, the boxer threw in the towel. Actually, this is a boxing metaphor. In boxing, they use towels, na? So it is a boxing metaphor. You throw in the towel means और नहीं लड़ना, हो गया. So you're quitting. That is the basic meaning. 157. To split hairs. To make useless or petty distinctions in argument. There's a Hindi one for this. 157. इसका हिंदी मुहावरा क्या है? बाल का खाल निकालना ना, बाल का खाल निकालना. Splitting hairs, making useless arguments. Hari was a youth and not a boy, was splitting hairs. 158. Tooth and nail with all one's power. When he was attacked, he defeated himself, tooth and nail. Defended himself, tooth and nail. Go on. 159. To smell a rat, be suspicious. Though the business was sound, he smelled the rat when he examined the figure. हिंदी में क्या होगा? कुछ दाल में कुछ काला. दाल में कुछ काला. Smelt a rat. 160. Fall short of one's expectations. To be disappointed. The new film was not very good. It fell short of my expectations. So the way they will test this is, it fell short of my expectations. They'll say it fell short on my expectations. And they'll off को change करके on कर देगा. And they will expect you to identify that mistake. आते हैं ना? Find the error. A, B, C, D. बस. Off को on कर दिया. या single F को double F कर दिया. अब पकड़ो. That makes it tricky. You know this expression, but you may not remember the preposition. So when you're learning these idioms, pay attention to the preposition also. It's worth it. You have time, so you can do it gradually. Right? Go on. 151. Turn over a new. Okay, now you read. 152. To give someone a piece of one's mind is good, especially family. When we admitted that we had spent all the housekeeping money, his wife gave him a piece of mind. In the long run, eventually, although the house is expensive, in the long run, it will be cheaper than renting. At once, beg and call. At once, service. I will be at your beck and call to the end. Please note at. The preposition is at. At one's beck and call. Sitting on the pen, being intelligent, getting between a decision, people at the fight was better, who is better in the consent from the people. To hit the nail on the head, exactly the right thing at exactly the right time. He hit the nail on the head when he said the reason for the positive sales now. Reading the bad books in his favorite book after failing the exam was in the teacher's bad books. To kill two birds with one stone. To achieve two results with one effort. He killed two birds with one stone. When he gave up smoking, he saved money and his health. Strong in a teacup, something that seemed exciting at the time, but was in fact unimportant. The news came proved to be strong in a teacup. So what is the difference between 170, storm in a teacup, and to make a mountain out of a molehill? Generally use that when you are over exaggerating something, okay, this is very exciting, but it is not that important. That is making a mountain out of a molehill. When you are making a very big deal about something trivial, that is to make a mountain out of a molehill. But storm in a teacup is something that appeared exciting at that time. This is in hindsight, you realize, after the event is over. I'll give you an example. अभी युद्ध हुआ था ना, स्कूल कॉलेजेस सब बंद हो गए थे. You don't know about it. In Punjab, after the Pahalgam attack, there was talk that India and Pakistan are going to have a huge war. And a lot of schools and colleges in Dehradun, in Chandigarh, in that area, North India, in that area, a lot of schools and colleges were closed. Children were sent home, students were sent home in the anticipation that there is going to be a war. So that turned out to be a storm in a teacup. So at that time, it appeared to be a very big deal. But in hindsight, it turned out to be a very trivial thing. So that is not making a mountain out of a molehill. Storm in a teacup is something you realize after the event is over, in hindsight. Molehill, oh, the बहुत common है. My daughter does it all the time. She didn't like the dress that she wanted to wear for the party. She didn't like it. She threw a huge fit. Yeah, I need to go shopping right now. I don't have any clothes. I need to go shopping right now. Making a mountain out of a molehill. बहुत छोटी सी बात है, उसको बहुत बड़ा कर दिया. Molehill. छोटी चीज का बतंगड़ बनाना. हाँ, राई का पहाड़ बनाना. Correct. That is perfect. राई का पहाड़. Molehill. Moles are animals that build hills. जैसे ant hills होते हैं ना, मिट्टी का जो छोटे छोटे mounds नहीं बनाते हैं, तो mole burrows in the ground. So wherever the mole burrows na, there's automatically a hill. So when you're making a mountain out of a molehill, that is exaggerating it. बढ़ा चढ़ा के कोई चीज को. Hill, Hill. हाँ. I think all of you can relate to this. Go on. Which one? Proud is a negative word. It means arrogant, conceited. Reminiscing means remembering the past, reminiscing. What is this metaphor taken from? This is an animal metaphor. Have you seen how cows sit in the middle of the road and they chew the cud? That is chewing the cud. He's very much active, fights, she makes all the decisions. To move heaven and earth, to make a supreme effort, to move heaven and earth to get a transfer into his hometown. To bark up the wrong tree, to mistaken an argument, very accused his brother of taking his son who barked up the wrong tree, the sister had taken. So to bark up the wrong tree means you think something but you are wrong. So your efforts are in the wrong direction. You're barking up the wrong tree. No, then it is not. You will not use this idiom. Check of the old dog, as good as one's father. The directions, the director's son is an check of the old dog and runs the company just as well as his father. It's meant to be a compliment. If you're a chip of the old block, that means you're as talented as your parent. Huh? Okay. You continue. To make a clean breast of it, to confess the wrongdoing. The boy made a clean breast of it and told his father that he had smashed the window. A close shave, a narrow escape. My cousin had a close shave when the car nearly crashed. To cut a sorry figure, to make a poor show. Abraham Lincoln cut a sorry figure when he made his maiden speech. To put the cart before the horse, to do something in the wrong order. Planning how to spend money before earning it is like putting the cart before the horse. So this is very commonly used, even in economics, even in any financial self-help book, they will use this. Don't put the cart before the horse. The horse is supposed to pull the cart. If you invert the order of something, then that is putting the cart before the horse. Go on. Cross the bridge when one gets to it. Plan something too far in advance. I will reinvest the profits of this project into the next, but since this project is not certain, I will cross that bridge when I get to it. The sentence is too long. You can write down a shorter one. It means, suppose someone asks you, what will you do if you don't get a job? So you say, I'll cross the bridge when I get to it. When I reach it, I'll cross the bridge. I'll think about it when I reach the bridge. अभी से मैं क्यों सोचूं? That's what the way it is used. No. It means it. This is the way it is more often used. That I'll cross the bridge when I come to it. This is the way people use it. If someone says, what are you going to do if you... if your parents say, if you don't study, you won't get a job. So you can tell your mom, I'll cross the bridge when I reach it. अभी से मैं क्यों सोचूं इतना? That's how it is more often used. Not negative, कि जब होगा देखा जाएगा. Right? A wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes, continue. A wolf in sheep's clothing, a bad person appearing to be a good person. The kind professor is a wolf in sheep's clothing, as many young female students have discovered to their cost. So this is an allusion to the stories. If you've read the Red Riding Hood, go on. To be in a tight corner, to be in a difficult situation. He is in a tight corner now. His rivals have started operating. To be on the wrong side of 60. To be getting old. Although he is very active, my father is on the wrong side of 60. Wrong side of 60 means old. But we don't say right side of 60. We say only wrong side of 60 or whatever age it is. To bury one's head in the sand. To refuse to face facts. Joseph buried his head in the sand when told of his son's death. So when you're in denial, yes, death, the B is silent. When you're in denial, when you don't want to accept something bad, you're in denial, you deny the truth. Yes, go on. Not to bat an eyelid, to show no sign of concern. When he lied about his score, George did not bat an eyelid. So this usage is correct. This sentence is correct. You use this expression in this way. When you're not batting an eyelid, when you show no remorse. कि तुम झूठ बोल रहे हो लेकिन चेहरे पे बिल्कुल भी दिख नहीं रहा है. But they're not the same thing. To not bat an eyelid means you are not showing like you care. And then that you're not showing that I And that नहीं, वो नहीं है. Don't ever make that mistake. कि उसका on the right side of 60 वो मत करना. This is the thing about idioms. You can't twist it around. You can't change it. You can't say to put all one's chocolates in one basket. No. If it is eggs, it is eggs. You can't say putting all one's eggs in one box. No. Basket है, तो basket ही है. You cannot switch words. They are fixed expressions because there is an associated meaning with those expressions. You cannot twist or modify it. Only thing you can do is change the tense. Got, get, got, all that is allowed. That's the only modification allowed. Go on. To put all one's eggs in one basket, to rely entirely on one plan or scheme. By investing all his capital in the project, he was putting all his eggs in one basket. To play fast and loose. To behave in an immoral manner. My brother plays fast and loose with every girl he meets. At a snail's pace, very slowly, the Indian economy is moving at a snail's pace towards self-dependence. Between the devil and the deep blue sea, between two dangers, having to choose between climbing the tree and risking his neck and allowing the mangoes to go rotten, he was between the devil and the deep blue sea. Okay, write one. I don't know whether it's given over here. Write down between a rock and a hard place. This is when you are stuck in a dilemma between a hard place. Ek minute, let me get the exact one. Between a rock and a hard place. So it is listed as informal, but I know in contemporary English this is used a lot. In contemporary writing, it's used a lot. Between a rock and a hard place. This means two equally undesirable situations. So this is also not good. This is also not good. So what do you choose? It's like a dilemma. You're stuck between two bad choices. So that's a difficult dilemma. Between a rock and a hard place. This is dangers. Whereas that is like, there could be two economic choices. Like right now, the government is stuck between a rock and a hard place. On one hand, USA is asking India to stop buying Russian oil. On the other hand, it's imposed 50% tariffs. So if we stop buying Russian oil, if we buy expensive oil, as it is, we'll face inflation. And now that there's 50% tariffs on our exports, then there's inflation. Again, there's a risk of a downturn in the economy. So what do? Two equally undesirable situations you're stuck between. That is, you cannot use between the devil and the deep blue sea. यहाँ पे कोई danger नहीं है. This is about between two dangers. Okay, go on. Someone else now. Oh, this is a buddy at the back. Yes.
To give someone apple pie to make obsequious
obsequious flattery. Obsequious flattery is जो हम लोग हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, खुशामद करना, किसी का चमचागिरी करना. That is obsequious. When you are flattering someone to please, that is to give someone apple pie. Colloquially हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, buttering up. Obsequious is when you are trying to please someone by showering him or her with compliments. The politician was surrounded by obsequious helpers. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. You know, those kind of people who are always complimenting you to please you. That is obsequious. So obsequious flattery. Continue.
Don't give me apple pie. I nearly asked action things, but you are still late.
So the person is late and he comes and says, oh, you're so handsome. Well, you're late. Buttering क्यों कर रहे हो? That is what they mean to say. Go on.
Blessing in disguise, something which appears important at the time, but proves ultimately important. The transfer to the city turned out to be a blessing in disguise because of his new post he met the girl who was to become his wife.
This you know, a blessing in disguise is very commonly used.
To carry holes to new castle, do something unnecessary by taking a bucket of water to the well. He was carrying holes to new castle.
Okay, go on to 198.
So pros and cons.
This you know. Pros and cons, I think everyone knows. The advantages and disadvantages of a situation. Both angles of a situation. Go on, 199.
He turned the corner to pass the taxes. The company was doing badly until the government contract, but then they turned the corner.
So another way to learn idioms is to visualize it. If you see that the government is going in a certain direction and it turns the corner. Turns the corner means it is turning it's not going in the bad direction anymore. It's going in a good direction and they're turning the corner. A change for the better. Go on.
It's always positive.
Yes. Because it is passing the crisis to overcome the crisis. Go on.
The law of the guarding others. It is the law of the jungle that the
Jungle has a negative connotation. If I say it's a jungle out there, Surat traffic is becoming a jungle now. I think everyone agrees. Fish market is noisy. Fish market is noisy, chaos. And jungle means no lawlessness. And Surat roads are a picture of lawlessness. Because you're driving. I remember, yes, the other day we were going to some Garba place at night. इतना नैरो रोड है, सर्विस रोड है, वहां पे ट्रैफिक जैम है और इतू सा जगह से रॉन्ग साइड से टू व्हीलर्स वापस निकल रहे हैं. इट वाज टोटल लॉलेसनेस. दैट इज अ जंगल. when each man is fending for himself, you're not following any laws. No laws. It's a jungle. Each man for himself. Right? Go on.
But how is it exploiting it?
हाँ, it is not exploit. यहाँ पे exploiting others, that's one way it can be used. Law of the jungle, like I said ना, each man for himself. So then it is exploiting others. कि दूसरे को नुकसान हो तो भी मेरा फायदा हो तो मैं आगे जाऊंगा. That is one usage. Go on.
The diets are decisions which cannot be changed. We are advertised to rent out the house. So the diets are we have to use.
Die is cast. What die are they referring to? वो मोल्ड होता है ना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में, इंडस्ट्रीज में, where a die is made and out of that die, say they're going to make these mobile covers. So to make this mobile cover, they've created a die. Now the die is fixed. Now they will make multiple covers out of that particular die. Now if the die is fixed, the die is cast, you can't change it. So die is cast means decision is final, cannot be changed.
Down to practical consider. It's down to our approach to the issue that just along. Which will service make your compliments to promises.
This is similar to that one. 195. 195 and 203. False flattery. Yes? Okay. Now let's move on to an exercise. How many questions have you done in the exercise? Exercise 1. 40 questions are done? Okay. So we'll start from 41. 41 to 60. Quickly do it. We'll discuss it right now. 70 तक हो गया है एक्सरसाइज 1. तो 75 तब एक्सरसाइज 2 करें. नो इन क्लास. होमवर्क में क्या वो नहीं बोल रही हूँ मैं. क्लास में क्या हुआ है. 70 तक हुआ है ना. 70 तक हुआ है. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद एक्सरसाइज 2. स्टार्ट. I will discuss the first 25 questions. So hurry up, do it quickly. Exercise 2. Exercise 2, page 75, first 1 to 25. Exercise 2, online. Spy. How come you have only one book between the two of you? Then you take out your notebook, write down the answers. Don't discuss. Work at it independently. and ask me for doubts. There is no love lost means dushmani, not on good terms, no love lost. Next, fourth, arm's length. Arm's length is, so this is an expression that is even used in fiscal terms, in finance. If there's an American company which has a branch in India, so it's said for taxation purposes, you have to keep the other company at an arm's length distance. That means distance होना चाहिए दोनों के transactions में, otherwise taxation issues हो सकते हैं. So at an arm's length distance रख के. Sixth, हाँ. No, black and white has two meanings. One is written, in written, black agreement in written, and black and white is either seeing things in terms of extreme right and extreme wrong. उसके पहले sixth, someone said, fair weather friend is when the weather is good, तब वो तुम्हारी दोस्त है. जब मौसम बिगड़ जाएगा तब वो चली जाएगी. 12.
The answer should be B.
We tend to take for granted. We tend to. Number 12, na? We tend to take for granted. We tend to. So what do you think hoga? Care for. Opposite. We take it for granted. Accept readily means you उसको कदर नहीं करते हो आप. You're just accepting it. You're not counting it separately. That is why it is C. Which number? Thank you. Yes, Hit. Everyone quiet.
Ma'am,
Yes.
11th.
11th. Our principal is not a man to mince words hoga. Can you make that correction? Is not a man to mince words, not matters, mince words. Mince words is कि वो कोई चीज को ना mild बना के नहीं बोलेगा. जो है, he will call a spade a spade. He will not mince words. He will use it exactly, no matter how harsh it sounds, right? That is not to mince words. And I think the answer is B. B, na? Answer at the back? 15. There is a lot of bad blood. Again, bad blood between them. What is the answer? Distrust. Distrust. Bad blood is distrust. Next. Gift of the gab. Talking. Talent for speaking. Next. Any other doubt? You have to do this as homework so that you have doubts. Yes, Neev. Yes, Neev, you have a doubt.
Ma'am, I have doubt in 11th. Like, can the answer be A?
Sorry?
Can the answer in 11th be A?
11th A. No. 11 answer is B. Yes, you can leave. 11 answer is B. B for Bombay. Because it is opposite of saying something mildly, na? So he is not the one to mince words. He does not speak words mildly. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. And also, ma'am, I have doubt in 23rd.
23rd. Putting the cart before the horse is the wrong order of things. So, B. Answer should be B. Behaving thoughtlessly or tackling these in the wrong order hona chahiye. Let me see the answer. What is the answer given as? 23?
Ma'am, D.
Huh?
23 में D लिया, ma'am.
एक minute. See, 23, there is a word missing in option D, D for Delhi. Tackling these in the wrong order. Just add the word order. So 23D, add the word ORDER, order. D is the answer. When you tackle things in the wrong order, that is putting the cart before the horse. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Any other doubt? Can I end the class?
No, ma'am.
Okay, bye.